Well, hello and happy Sunday to everyone. Hopefully everyone's doing great. I hear in the comments everyone's ready to learn. So I'm excited to teach. Well, we're not really teaching today. We're having fun. I'm just sharing information with you guys today. We got San Diego, Pennsylvania, the whole crew, and I thank everyone for joining today. And hopefully this time works for a lot of people. But if you guys follow me on the community section of these channels, you know I've been in Vegas, LA, several countries in Asia. It's been a run. And of all the places that are aging my face and body, of course, it's Las Vegas, of course, with the dryness, the smoke, and everything else, maybe even the food. So California, DC, my gosh, Iowa, Denver, international. We have Europe here. Grab some coffee. Do you guys do this? I mean, of course, where I'm at right now, it's noon. And do you ever run your coffee through twice? Because I didn't have time to make a fresh pot. You put the water in, just run it through twice. Maybe that's a bad habit, but it stops you from getting the jacked up coffee for the whole day. But I don't know if that's the thing. Let me know. I learned so much from you guys. I hope you guys know that too. Not only what I lecture on, the direction of my business, and in lecturing and teaching other people, you guys always teach me a ton of stuff. And that's the great benefit of the channel for me, by the way, is all that you bring to me. So I look at this like a team deal. We're all in this together. But I will tell you, I have a ton of amazing information up here. We've got new FDA approvals for some fillers. We had big plastic surgery meetings where you like strong coffee, me too. I know they haven't let me order. Some of my team might be watching and I want to get merch. And these cups, I love them and they don't want me to order more. We went through 10,000 or something like that. But one of the interesting things, and we're going to get to it in the Q&A for those that want to, we talked about post-facelift threads, post-facelift Sculptra. There was a great plastic surgeon just did 100 cases looking at this. I know you guys have all kinds of questions on Sculptra and injectables. Today, we're talking skincare, of course, but I share everything with you, and I feel like I've been a sponge for the last 2 months, and we haven't caught up. And someone said in the comments, and I like it too, you guys said, I want to buy something today. And we love when you buy. I love buying stuff too sometimes. But most important thing to me is to give you the information so you buy smartly. And we'll talk about that today. And I want to talk to you about some Korean skincare. And guess what? I have something super, super special for you today. I'm taking you inside of the production, and it'll be quick because I'm going to do a long form video on it that might be 30 minutes, but I want to take you inside a factory. I put this video together this morning, just a quick clip, so that you understand what goes into a couple components of red light, just a couple, because I spent 3 days literally absorbing spectrometry information in a factory for red light. So I want to show you the differences of what you're purchasing and so on, but it'll only be less than a minute, but I think you'll find it really cool because it's right inside the factory. But I'll tell you a little bit about my life because I put this together. I put some factory footage together and then I voiced over it. And I have a 45-minute video that I have to sit down and dumb down into 25 minutes. And that's kind of the story of my weekends when I'm not working. That's what I do. So but I hope you enjoy that. But I took a couple clips to show you today. I think it's pretty cool. And then all of your questions, that's really, honestly, you guys, the key. Because I think these opportunities are rare. You're talking to someone that learns a ton. And the more you learn about this, the more your journey becomes safe. And if you've seen the kickback on facelifts lately, something I'm going to make a video on tonight and I'll put up maybe for tomorrow or Tuesday. But I want you to see that, what's happening. You have such amazing energy. Yeah, thank you, because it's powered by Kona Cafe. Thank you. An upgrade on microcoring. I think that's a great one because we're microcoring, for those that don't know. We're using it more in the body now, but that's where you actually take little bits of skin. Why don't you see that in Asia so much? Because you can't use it on brown skin. Although a lot of people in Asia have skin type 1 or 2 or 3. A lot are 4, 5, and 6, but you see it here. So it has a lot of limitations when you take chunks of skin out. It's a great thought. Submentum, but it's a bloody mess when you do that microcoring procedure because it's like a sewing machine takes bits of skin out. It sounds great, but there are a lot of side effects. And a lot of times you need 3 or 4 treatments for $4,000. So by the time you get to 15 grand, do you really just want a facelift? And in my video, I don't know if I'll get to edit it today. We got the NHL playoffs on. I'm going to watch 2 hours of hockey. And then tonight I'll put that video together. I want you to see that on facelifts. It's not negative on it at all, but it's deplane versus the smaz lift and a lot of what's going around. So we're going to do that. So with microcoring, for many of you, you got a little submentum, a little arm skin. Okay, great. But the update is you have to be the right skin type and you have to have a bit of money and you have to really not want surgery. And one of you commented yesterday, I think it was astute, hey, I saw that there's a higher risk of Alzheimer's, memory fog, and so on after anesthesia. And of course, a lot of people get general anesthesia, sometimes for facelifts, but you can, even with twilight sedation, you're still sedated. A whole nother topic that's interesting. So well, let's do a couple more questions and then I want to show you this factory footage. I don't know why I get excited about this, but I do. And sorry, it's kind of warm where I'm at and I'm not running air conditioning. So we'll see how long I last without sweating in here, but whatever, we'll deal with it, right? I'll stay on as long as you have the questions. How true is it that if you're using a GLP-1 or similar weight loss products, you shouldn't use Sculptra since GLP-1 or anti-inflammatory Sculptra works through inflammation? Vivian, you have there's some kind of prize for the best questions. I don't know. It's a great question. A lot of people don't realize that Sculptra, Belafil, which is PMMA, different ones work through an inflammatory process, just like lasers create injury that your wound healing response then helps build collagen. Okay, great. No, GLP-1, and not only do we now have studies on GLP-1, for people that don't know, these GLP-1, Ozempic, tirzepatide, Mounjaro, the new Retta. If you didn't watch my video on retatrutide, you should. These are weight loss peptides. Peptides are chains of amino acid that signal proteins, okay, to do things. So in this case, they decrease hunger and they slow down your motility and some of them mobilize insulin. There's first, second, and third generation. Retatrutide's third generation. Huge money. If you guys want, here's some business advice on the side to this. If you want to make huge money, get involved in weight loss, GLP-1s, some form of it. I'm not condoning all of it. For me, I'm an exercise eater guy. Eat well, exercise, but some people need it and it's changing. And 35% of people walking into their family docs are asking for one of these drugs. It's huge. But yes, you lose rapid weight loss, you need volume in the face because you look older. Now you feel good, you're thin, and you look old. No one wants it. So Sculptra works amazing and it's studied. Where are the top injection areas? In the deep medial fat pad mid face for GLP-1s, for Sculptra for people on GLP-1s. But it's really full face. And mixing it with PRF, platelet-rich fibrin, is next level stuff. But yes, it works through the anti-inflammatory pathway, but Sculptra studied to work well. I can go on and on. You don't want me to go on and on. I'll go through what we're doing today. Let's do one more question, then I want to go through a run of show because I'm giving stuff away today. That's the good part. We got a bunch of stuff on sale today. And again, most importantly, if you don't want to buy a thing, I don't care. My goal is to educate you to whatever you have or whatever you can afford, you use it to its best because there's a super cycle of aesthetics. I can tell you, I've been in buildings in Asia that are 20 floors tall. You get off on the floor where what you want done is there. And it's from crazy stuff like elf ears, where the ears come out like that, jawline narrowing, to your basic exfoliation 7-step Korean. I've been in all these places. It's coming here. We're slow. Just is what it is. We're slow. I'm Canadian. Canada's slower. See how many Canadians we have on here. The hate will start coming to me. It's not hate. It's just that I got asked this morning, can you recommend someone in Canada? It's really hard to find someone in certain parts of Canada. But everything's coming here. It's a wave. So get ready. We're just getting started with aesthetics for one of many reasons. Okay. Where was I going with that? Okay. So we're talking about GLP-1s. We're talking about 7 steps. I got 5 different packages. We'll put the run a show. This is the question we want to get to first. My willingness to engage with us and how freely you share valuable information is awesome. A mark of truly caring professional. And go Pens. You had to bring this up now. Of course, Sidney Crosby's where I'm from. So I'm from right there. Nathan McKinnon, Sidney Crosby, Marchand. You guys know all those guys if you're watching hockey. They're from right there. And I'll give a little plug. I'm really excited because I'm going to play summer hockey. So I'm super excited about my summer. You guys know what do they call that thing where you bet on everything? Poly market. We should do a poly market. How long into the season until Rajani's body breaks down? Because it's all the kids that come home to play hockey, right? They're all young kids fighters, and it gets rough. And so obviously I'll be the oldest guy there. And we should do a poly market. How many days into the season before I break? Okay. So I'm on the bike and everything right now, getting ready for this season. So, okay, let's go into run a show here, because I'm going to stay answer questions at the end, but I know you guys may or may not be on limited time. You know what game starts in an hour if you're Canadian, so I'm not going to stop for that game, nor did I record it. I just remember I forgot it. I'm going with you, but I'm going to miss part of that. That's how much I love you all. Number 1, skin basting. I want to talk about that today. Because of course I'm in Korea all the time and we're doing the 7-step skincare routines. There's a bunch of devices, by the way, coming from Korea. I have people reaching out to me all the time. Would you help us bring this to the US? It's coming, the super cycle. But I want to talk about skin fasting. Of course, I put some bundles together based on problems. So we're going to go through 5 problems today, and I'm going to go through 5 bundles. There's going to be a text line for you guys to get access to a landing page I put together. It keeps it super simple. What I do is a beast because the team behind me are rock stars, but I don't have 1,000 people working for me. Okay, we have a nice group of people. We put a landing page to keep it simple so there's no weird codes and stuff like that. You're going to have a text line. It's going to give you a page. Easy. We're going to go through some FAQs, a quick one. Then we're going to go through a giveaway. I'm going to give away a bunch of stuff today that's worth some good money. And you'll be notified if you won by email by Tuesday morning, Monday night, Tuesday morning. And we always make it available to people. I love giving stuff away. I'm not averse to giving stuff away. We want to give stuff away. We want to make our margins so everyone can get it. But here's what we don't. I'm never going to compromise quality, because the same stuff that you're using, okay, so I'm on the road right now. This is my skincare. I travel with it. LED mask, I travel with it, okay? Gua Sha, I use this twice every day. Before I go out for these big dinners, I Gua Sha. So I'm using this stuff. I'm not going to put junk on my face, and you aren't either. So to that end, I want to show you this video. It's a little clip of what I did last month. And I want to show you, again, I made a long one on it, but let me add this up. Let me see. Now, this is where we get into technical stuff and see. Okay, I'm pretty good. I got that. Okay, LED products. Okay, so there's LEDs in here. That's a Gua Sha. Some of you have the mask. You see the LEDs in here? Photobiomodulation is taking light. We're not resurfacing the face. We're not lasering the face. We're taking the light. And there's many theories of why this works. There's 3 good ones, but the number one is by supercharging your mitochondria through something called cytochrome C oxidase. Okay, great. This is in the factory. I don't get stuff made by some company that puts my name and all this kind of stuff. This is in my factory. If you look here, and I don't have pointers, I'm trying to get a pointer worked out. I need a tech guy. This is under a microscope. I'm going to play it. These are individual LEDs, okay? And if you look here, so now you get, it's individual LEDs. You see how they're made? Each one's made specifically, but if you see in there, there's gold, okay? So this, I'm just giving you one factor of what my life entailed last month in working on this. This is gold. The fibers in that LED are made of gold, not aluminum, not copper, not gold. Why would I make it of gold? Yeah, this is live. Lexi Lean, is it live? Yeah, we're live. Why would I make it gold? Well, the reason is gold does not shrink or contract. When gold came, what, centuries ago, they measured the meter, if I'm correct, by gold, because the gold standard, the gold didn't shrink or contract. Imagine your wires in your mask shrinking or contracting. That would cause irregular wavelengths or breakage. You can't have that. You get one face. I answer to real patients, real people in real life. So we use gold in the mask. I'm giving you just 3 facets of an LED mask because I thought this was interesting. Here's the factory. Now, you see the blue thing? Each individual LED, this is something people don't think of. Each individual LED has a coating on it. I coat mine. Each wavelength has a different type of coating. In that jar you're going to see that coats each one, it's expensive. That liquid is liquid gold. But what does it do? We have Apex Glow technology. It helps diffusion. It's why I'd never use a laser mask for the face at this point in technology. Lasers are columns and beams of light. People are fooling you. This coating, watch this. I'm going to run this so you see the factory. Each individual, now I don't coat them all at once. Each individual LED is important. Why? It's shining on one part of your face. Do you want that part of your face messed up? No, nor do I. Let me play it. So you can see what it does in the machine in the factory, okay? So I coat each one. And you see it's milky white. I don't know if I show you in this video or the next, but see, that machine there is about $8 million, by the way, to make that. And then it coats it with that special coating, and then that coating dries. That gives me the diffusion for Apex Glow that I will accept on a face. On the long form video, I show you the different Okay, this has sound to it. This is pretty cool. Now, again, I'm showing you this so you understand, I want you to understand what goes into my life, what goes into the life of an LED mask when you put stuff on your face. Home products are next level. We are entering an era. Oh, my mind here, because I want to tell you this. There's a company that I just found out that makes a lot of these in-clinic devices for 150 grand. They have a whole line coming for at home. So my point to telling you this is we're in an era where it's going to blow your mind. It's going to be so great for us and what we do in skincare because you're going to be able to do more at home. But this is a device. So this spectrometer, I think it's like $30 million. This is a graph of the wavelengths. I'm going to let the sound play, so you're going to hear this, and then I'll come back to it. We're looking for a bad chip. Let's see, how long does it take? There it is. Red one, discarded. Red one, discarded. So the LEDs are running through this device, and you see, if you can see close enough on there, you see how there's 2 peaks? There's a peak where my finger is at the bottom. That's 630 and 830 nanometers. You can see those are precise wavelengths. When this device hits red, that's a throwaway chip. That means it's outside of the tolerance that Rajani accepts. There are people that will accept plus or minus 50, I'm plus or minus 5. Why? But I don't just say it, I'm there doing it. Watch this. When discarded. All those discarded chips, they're going somewhere. Not in your mask, but to the secondary market, okay? So that's how we know. Did you hear what I said? Those chips, and I'm going to show you in a minute, they get put in other masks that are cheap. So watch this. The bad chips that leave, and they don't get in your Rajani MD mask. Okay, you can see, in the big video I go through it, there's 3 other checks on the wavelength and 1 before they even leave. But watch this. On the right, over here, there's your bad chips. So see on the right, that's a canister. The minute that machine hits red, it throws the bad chips into that canister. Where does that canister go? Well, in my factory, it goes into the garbage. In a lot of others, that gets shipped out and will get sent to the cheap LED masks and cheap products, because I can buy those bad chips for almost nothing on the right, and that's why I can get a cheap mask. The ones on the left are good. We'll play it through. We're almost done. The good chips on my left right here. And you can see the rough ratio. Let me move that down. And you can see the rough ratio of good chips to bad chips. That's a lot of bad chips. Those are ones you don't want shining on your face. But that is a normal tolerance of a factory of bad to good chips. We're going for these good ones. Okay. Now, you guys tell me I hate boring you guys. I always hate boring you guys and putting you through that stuff, because to me, it's like next level fun stuff. But Someone asked, can companies just use those chips or whatever and you not know? Are you kidding me? We test up in the factory, so we test everything out there because we want next level. And when you test stuff, those handheld spectrometers and everything people show you online, they're kind of useless. We use the 20 and $30 million ones, and there's 3 checks. And when I'm making up that big video I told you that I'm doing, I like, do they want to see this? Is that a waste of time? Like, I love it, but I don't want to make you watch a 15-minute video and then YouTube wants you. They're not going to push it to you unless it's bombastic, drastic, or has something to do with conspiracy theories. But I have all this, and I'm putting it together for those people that purchase my mask, so you know what goes into it. So that's just a fraction of it. There's no way you could bore us. Well, thank you very much, because when I'm on stage, a lot of times I get 16, 12 minutes, but they do let me go over. They're like, let Rajani go over, because hopefully I think I entertain sometimes. Okay, so I wanted you to see that out of the factory, just so you know, because it applies to skincare too, and we'll come to that in a minute. So let's talk skin fasting. What is it? Real quick, skin fasting. Okay, I put this together. This is coming up in a video you're going to see. But this is like Sephora and Best Buy had a baby, right? Sephora and Best Buy had a baby, and there's your drawer. You're not skin fasting if your drawer looks like this. There's nothing wrong with that drawer, but that's you stop doing face treatments when your drawer looks like that because you're confused. Maybe you're not confused. I would be confused. So Sephora and Best Buy had a baby. That's what you get. Skin fasting is the opposite. And I wanted to bring you back down to earth. And by the way, I'm bringing myself back down to earth. So when I say it's you guys, a lot of what I do is to help myself too. We're all in this together. And to dub it down and to give us to reset ourselves. The fall or the spring, I'm already ahead. I am thinking fall because we have some new stuff coming that's cool. But the springtime's the time to reset. You're doing different things with your skin. There's more moisture out. There's more sun. I just got a pimple up here. I was out on the water yesterday, put my sunscreen on, and you can get a bit of acne, right? So things are changing. You want to look your best. Let's go through some packages that reduce it. If people are confused or using too much, your skin barrier, the biome of your skin can get stripped. Your skin does not get used to products and they stop working. That does not happen. You might have that question. But what happens is you strip your skin barrier, and people love buying skincare. So that you see an influencer sell something tomorrow, you want to buy that. And then 2 weeks, you see that they got something else, you want to buy that. Next thing, you have that drawer. Okay. So a lot of people have asked me, I want to take a break from it. Let's go to number 1. And again, there's a text line. I got to keep moving my screen up because I need to see what you guys are seeing. There's a text line for each one of these. I just put a bunch of savings on there. But when you text that number to get what's on sale, and this is going to be up, don't worry, till tomorrow night. We'll make it available to you, this live stream. I'll make everything in this available. All the sales are good. If we're on Sunday now, I hope I got the right day of the year and week, we're going to let it go till Monday night. So you don't have to pop up and rush off this. But you're going to text to 541-287-7384, the word FAST, fast. And then you're going to get the landing page. And on that landing page is everything I'm talking about today. So no anxiety here, no selling or buying pressure, whatever it is. Do what you need to do. Take the information. So number 1, copy time. I've had a lot of questions on this. Minimize pores and control oils. Okay, understand a few things. Pores, okay, they can open and close. Can they open and close? Can they shut down? You don't see them? No. What you're seeing is the pore is at the base of a hair follicle. Hair follicles produce oil. You see the oil I'm producing now, 80-degree heat, right? That's what they do. If I don't exfoliate, if I'm not on skincare, which we're going to talk about, the oil can clog that pore, meaning you see the darkness of the color at the exiting of the opening in the face. Exfoliation is important, but you don't want to strip, okay? There's physical exfoliation, microblading, pumice stones, if you want to go to. Microderm was one of the first treatments I offered in 2001 in clinic, microdermabrasion. They're still good. Diamond microdermabrasion. And now you see hydrofacial, stuff like that with exfoliating tips. Great. Chemical exfoliation, which is with products is insane. If you do this regularly, I don't think I ever physically exfoliate my skin, but men do shave. So there's one. Women shave too, just for exfoliation. But in general, if you do chemical exfoliation, you don't need to if you use the right. That number is our text number already. Got that a while back. Is that right? Could it be the same one? Great, great, perfect. Okay, so let's go into the products. So what would we include here? What are your basic skin fasting products? If you're more oily skin, or why not clear your pores after winter before summer starts? Okay, great. Number one, alpha hydroxy acids. Now you might already have this at home. Here's what you want to look for. In mine, okay, so what do we knock off of here? $205 off of these two products. Let me talk about a routine that just doesn't do this, but actually gives you glow and tightening too. Number one, AHA. You look for alpha hydroxy acids, right? So what you're gonna look for is lactic acid would be your number two. Your number one would be glycolic acid. You guys will all know. What's a good percentage for a cream base? A cream base, not a liquid base, but a cream, 10%. So that's what's in here. And then you're gonna have a bunch of fruit acids, which are also gonna be glycolics. But here's the key. You wanna have salicylic at least 2%. Why? Your glycolic is water soluble. It's going to go in. So if you picture a pore, and this is the gunky stuff in the middle, kind of gross, right? Here's the pore. The water soluble goes around the edge and gets in and unglues that big clump in here. And then the salicylic is oil soluble, so it breaks up the gunk, the sebum, and then that allows it to cleanse the pore. Do you want this to happen in 3-4 days? You don't need to. Don't worry. You do this over week 2 or 3. It will reduce the pores. You can be more aggressive on the nose, in the T-zone, and you can lighten up the neck, and you can lighten up maybe on the cheeks back here. But also the beautiful part of this is glycolics help lighten the skin. So I talk about glycolic peels all the time. Okay, great. Now let's talk about plasmasomes. This is next level stuff that I'm surprised we even have in stock, because I would have thought we wouldn't, I thought we'd go through 10,000 of these in 3 months. But I think people are scared of derma rolling. Remember, I have a free course. What's in here? And now that you guys all know exosomes and you know PDRN, salmon sperm, and all that stuff, understand these are synthetic exosomes made in a USA Mocker certified lab, monitored by the FDA. And they're synthetic exosomes, not from humans, not from plants. They're synthetic, meaning they're vegan, and you derma roll them in. It's truly next level. When I was making this product up, and I still am very excited about it, the derma roller only has to be 0.25 because you're getting absorption of the product. You're not using it for collagen induction. These are signals that signal the skin to rejuvenate, to tighten and brighten. And why did you say, well, it's skin tightening? Great. Why is it here? Because I put a few things in there. Tranexamic acid and niacinamide, of course, hyaluronic acid's in there. Tranexamic acid used all over Asia for melasma, brown spots, but it also helps with pores. Niacinamide does. So niacinamide, tranexamic acid are in here, derma rolling. Don't be scared about it. I have a free course. Whether you use mine or not, don't worry about it. Take my free course on my store. Go to learn. That's where it would be. Okay. Ask questions now. If there's any questions on plasmasomes, I think we should take a moment to ask them, only because when I talk about your home devices, and so here's a NUA. I travel with NUA. Okay, that's RF, bipolar RF. You're going to see so much more ultrasound entering the US. You're going to see lasers when they get to the point that they're going to work here. But this is the easiest, lowest hanging fruit. If you're not derma rolling now, you should be. And of course, you don't want to derma roll with skincare, retinols, or anything like that. You want to derma roll with something built for derma rolling, and that's plasmasomes, and it's vegan, and it's synthetic, Mocker certified, FDA monitored lab. It's built for it. Okay, great. So on my second plasmasomes kit, this is amazing, lightening my brown spots. So I'm going to show you some skin priming with Exobalm in a minute. But why do you think I added tranexamic acid and niacinamide to it? Do you think I'm like a genius? No. It's because I learned in Korea. And Exobalm's a product that I saw in its development years and years ago, and they added what? Tranexamic acid and niacinamide. So I was like, okay. And every clinic I go into, tranexamic acid, niacinamide. I'm not a rocket scientist. I'm like, I saw the results on people in the clinics. So I added it. But the beautiful part is I added the Derma Roller 0.25 with it and in a liquid form. So a cream, of course, will hamper absorption a little bit. I'm like, my people are next level. But you see reduction of brown spots. You see brightening of the skin. A lot of Asians, they want lightening of the skin. Well, I kind of do too, in the sense that I find when my skin's lighter, it's native color, I look younger. If it's got brown spots and melasma, I kind of just look older, and I term that skin noise. So if you have skin noise, acne scarring, brown spots, pores, discoloration, you're just not going to look as young or youthful. And I hope you guys don't mind my using the word young. I'm definitely not young, youthful. And I use the word old and aged. If you want to see what we use in medicine, it's terrible. It's not even kind. We're not going there. Yeah, when you do your notes and your charting, it's not good. So that's plasmasomes. What I would go for synthetic plasmasomes instead of human exosomes? Why would? Is there a crucial difference? Great question. The future, they're all good right now, but the future of this, and including cancer, the future of cancer treatments, there's about 4 potential things on that. So there's gene therapy too. I got to be careful there, but a big area study, the top 3 is exosomes, which as pointed signals towards things. In that case, it would be cancer. In this case, it's pointed signals towards your skin. Great. There's also, when you get exosomes from a human, so we're talking placenta, we're talking fat-based. Those would be 2 great places on humans you get them from. They take the cells. They might take a group of a few thousand cells and they culture those into millions and billions of cells. So you're just getting one line of cells. The problem is you get all kinds of signals from a human's fat. Some people don't care about that, and that's fine. It's not necessarily a bad thing. But what if you could dumb that down to 8 signals? That's what we did. So with plasmasomes, you're getting 7 or 8 signals directly to your skin without all the noise. That's why it's next level. That's why I'm so excited to develop that product. But understand, exosomes are signals that can be used for many things in the body. In our case, skin. Hopefully that helps. Let's go on to the next one. How are plasmasomes, exosomes different from peptides? Great question. So an amino acid is a building block of a peptide. Amino acid. Several amino acids make a peptide. That's a chain. What do peptides do? Why is it all over your YouTube, TikTok, Instagram feeds? Peptides are signalers to produce. So amino acids build a group of amino acids called a peptide. That peptide then goes to tell the skin to do something, in our case, skin. So a peptide like arginine that slows down contractions. Arginine's in my hyaluronic acid serum that acts like Botox through the snare complex. That product is a peptide. A peptide is Mounjaro, Wegovy, Ozempic. It's a signaler to tell you not to eat. I'll go off on a tangent if I tell you all the things it does. But that's a peptide. A peptide, in our case, wants to go to the cell, to the fibroblast. What does the fibroblast produce? Collagen, elastin. Who here does not want collagen and elastin? Great. So that's what a peptide is, an amino acid and a hormone. Okay, so hopefully that a hormone's a group of peptides, but they're signalers. So that's the difference. How long do I have to wait after derma rolling for actives and devices? So I just did a video. Again, it's a beast for me to put together, but I'm hoping to have it done within 10 days. But your derma rolling is always your last step. So you prime your skin like the Koreans with red light. If we had hyperbaric oxygen, we do that too. That's harder to get here. Trust me, Asia, I walk in anywhere, I get hyperbaric oxygen. Here, it's an act of God to get it. Kills me. And it's cheap over there. Okay, great. So your red light, you prime it. And then you might do if you're doing your plasmasomes that night, just red light, prime it, plasmasomes. So here's what the derma roller comes with are these little vials. And I made them as a roller. So you roll it on, derma then you apply them after. And these are going to do you, a kit's going to do you for about 3 or 4 months. So it's very cost effective. That's your last step that night. There's only one other thing you could do, and that's put your Korean sheet mask on. I have ones with exosomes, with salmon sperm, which is PRN. I have ones with snail mucin. I put a post up of the snails this morning that I saw. After this, go look at it. It's a pretty interesting post. So that's it. Let's move on to the next one. Is that fair? How does plasma consider the PRP? PRP is kind of outdated. We use PRF now. PRF, you got to get a blood draw. This you grab out of a tool. You use it weekly. You're not going to get a blood draw and do PRF weekly, probably. And of course, this whole kit, you just saw the price. To do a good session of PRF, microneedling is going to cost you $300-400. So, and that's one session. I love PRF microneedling. I like PRP microneedling. If you're going to inject it, go to PRF, not PRP. Inflammation and redness. Now, go back and look. I did a video on how to use red light to cure your redness. I got to hear in the comments, because I was off. I was off on this. I put a video up. There's probably only 4,000 views on it. Using your red light mask to affect the reds on your face. I'm not going to use the word treat or remove because it's a process, but hardly anyone watched that video, 4,000 or 5,000 people. I assume that many of you, like in clinic, people walking in are getting red spots. This month is rosacea month, if I recall correctly. I want to hear in the comments, are you guys seeing reds and rosacea? Because typically, after 45, females walking in are seeing reds and rosacea. So if you have a glass of wine, you turn red. I call it skin noise, you know, browns, reds, pores, I call it skin noise. Is redness part of your skin noise? Why am I off on this with our group here? Maybe because you're on amazing skincare, you never get it. But in clinic, we do IPL, we do some lasers, different things for reds. And I thought that you'd want to see about how the red light affects it, but no one watched it. So yeah, just dark spots. So people, okay, so some people are seeing red, no reds. I'm 59, great. Brown spot creeping in. Just creeping in at 59, you're doing good. That's awesome. So some of you are seeing reds, but yeah, every time you drink alcohol. And that's the problem is, when do you want to look your best? I don't care if I'm at home, whatever, maybe you don't care if you're home. You go to dinner, you get that big steak in front of you, whatever you're going to eat, and someone says, you want a red wine? Of course, even if you don't drink, you're going to have a little red wine with that. If you don't drink, if you drink minimal, you're going to have that little red wine. And then particularly women get it more, they'll turn red. So right when they want to look great, they're turning red and they get embarrassed. I mean, you put blush on, maybe it could look good. However, that's what I see. That's what I see presenting. So watch that video on red light and reds, but let's talk about a package I put together for you for skincare. Just know I showed you red light from the factory in the beginning. Red light's part of everything. It's always your first step. In Asia, they use it in the morning because there's data that it prevents sun damage to your face. A lot of you use it at night, and I use it sometimes in the morning, sometimes at night. One thing I don't miss in the morning is gua sha, and that of course has red light built in. So I'm getting some red light, but I find the mask is great before bed because it puts me to sleep. It's calming. Many of you have commented that too. I went and looked in the literature because so many commented, I use it at night, I sleep better. And there is some data on that. So I haven't deep dove into it, but there is some data that helps you sleep. Okay, so here's this package. I got to move this up a bit. Ultra Moisture, which is, I developed this for women on the Oregon coast because I always thought they would have moist skin. They're on the coast. I couldn't get ahead of their dryness. And they said, no, the wind's blowing, the salt water in the air, we're so dry. So it's a blend of oils. Neem seed oil, grapeseed oil, one of my favorites, jojoba. It's a blend of highly organic oils. That's Ultra Moisture calming. You'll see there on the left, that's from Korea. Direct, made in Korea, Exobomb, plant stem cell exosomes. Now, if you take a vial of Botox, Dysport, Xeomin, comment below which Lativo is amazing. Comment below which one is your favorite. Botox, Dysport, Lativo, Xeomin. Comment. It's lyophilized. Can you imagine that you get a vial with a powder in the bottom? You put some fluid in there, some saline. We use bacteriostatic water. You put some, and then you get an active botulinum product. It comes to life. It's lyophilized. A powder becomes a living thing in a sense that's going to be a toxin in your body. Okay, that's what lyophilization is. That process is very technical. On the left here, you'll see lyophilized plant rose stem cell exosomes. And I have videos on how to do it, but you mix it into the exobomb. Next level stuff, addicted to it. But it helps your microbiome of your skin. It's been used after cancer for radiation on the skin. There's studies on it, all kinds of things. But it's lyophilized. So you mix it together, put it in the fridge. It lasts you up to 3 months. I usually use mine up within 30 or 40 days, so it's not a problem. But here's the thing, what's in that product? Remember I said tranexamic acid and niacinamide, and hyaluronic acid is also in that vial, and that's full Korean. Now, go back, I put the authentic in there. This, you guys, you know I work with all these companies. Do you know how many companies right now are saying, Doc, we want to send you 5,000 of this, 6,000 of that. We want you to live stream and sell it for us. Do you see me do that? You don't. And the reason is, 100, it's hard to get authentic. This product alone is $160 in clinics. It's $160 online. If you were to see it for $80, I would put my poly market money that it's fake, because you just can't get it for that price. And so when we put it, what's the price we're doing today? I put it way down for you guys. So you're saving $134 for both of these. Is the same price as you would get one authentic exosome product. So the exobomb on the left, you're basically getting the ultra moisture free. People love the ultra moisture. I've had it in the line pretty close to this form for over 12 years. No one's allowing me to change the formulation because people are addicted to it. It ultra moisture skin. Obviously, it's high content organic face oils. Face oils are amazing, and I have videos on face oils. But exobomb is lyophilized. Next level. I've been to the factory in Korea. There's videos of that on the YouTube channel. Should we move to the next one? Great. Coffee break, you guys. Xeomin, use Xeomin. Tecro, I like Xeomin. Little softer. I mix it up to 1.8 instead of 2 cc's. If we reduce everything to 2 products, how do we stimulate collagen long term? Would devices become more essential? So the whole idea of skin fasting is you do this for 2 or 3 months. It allows you to step up your skin devices. Vivian, great question. So bring your stuff. If your skin's going great, don't skin fast. If you're finding you might have a little inflammation, you're aging quicker, your hormones are stable and everything, it seems to be your skincare, dumb it down to what I'm doing. You can use more devices. Now you get a little drying after an RF for maybe a week or 2. So I got a few more wrinkles. No, you're dry. You need a little more moisture after using RF in the first week or 2. But use your red light. Use it 4 times a week. Use your NUA. Okay. Use your face vibration. Use your gua sha. Use your derma rolling. Those are all healing factors. Someone asked, what's the difference between exosomes and my plasmasomes? Plasmasomes are towards healing. Do you remember at the very beginning, someone asked, I believe that we did talk about it, or maybe I just talked about it. We did, about how Sculptor works. And Vivian, you asked this too. How Sculptor works, because it starts inflammation in the body. And that inflammation is a wound healing process. Well, exosomes do that, but plasmasomes, because they're pointed signals, are anti-inflammatory. And that's the big difference. They're pro-healing. I told you that the exobomb, the plant cell, was used after chemo breast cancer treatments, radiation breast cancer treatments, where the skin was red raw, and they used exobomb to heal it in a study. It's anti-inflammatory, and that's the difference. So you're on this big anti-inflammatory routine of a couple products, and then you can up everything else of your devices. So it's a great question. Perhaps offer refills of plasmasomes in a giveaway. Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the next. So that's the anti-inflammatory one. Do you want to go to the next one? Do you recommend the derma roller over microneedling? Do you recommend derma roller over microneedling pen you're talking about? As long as you're under 0.5, 0.75, you can derma roll or use the pen that goes straight in. You do not rip the skin until you get over 1 millimeter of length, so a long derma roller. We're talking 0.25 with plasmasomes, and it's for absorption, okay? Not CIT, collagen induction therapy. Although we're getting collagen through plasmasomes, probably better. Okay, what do we want to do now? Do we want to go to the next one? So that was the anti-inflammatory. Um, how should I use Exobomb? You know, I travel a lot, so I've used it for 2 weeks once straight. That's the only thing I used. No problem. That was my skin fast. It was kind of all I had. I had 5 jars. And so if you want to use that as a standalone, go for it. It's insane. You have your niacinamide, you have your tranexamic acid, hyaluronic acid, it's a moisturizer. I'll tell you, when I travel, I get really dry, like in Vegas, like speaking and the air and the smoke, or Arizona. I need ultra moisture. So here's, I got ultra moisture, I happen to have it here. So that's what ultra moisture looks like. Exobomb is not going to give you as much moisture as ultra moisture will. So if you're really dry, if your estrogen's down, you're going to be more dry. If you're lighter, whiter skin, you're going to be more dry. Then you might take an ultra moisture with you, something like my Hydroglow oils. Voluphyline, my Voluphyline cream, maybe a little more long-term moisture. So the Exobomb is built for absorption. So you feel moisturized for sure for 20, 30 minutes, but then at 30 and 40 and 50 minutes in an hour, you won't be have as much moisture because it's built for absorption. That's the big difference. Plasma, this has obviously Voluphyline, this has your face oils. At 40 or 50 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours, you're still going to be moisturized. So if you want to add one thing, if you have the time to do it, put your Exobomb on and then wait 10 minutes, under 10, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and then add something ultra moisturizing to it. That would be a good skin fast. But you can dumb it down if you're using Exobomb. There's a lot there. Do a video on sculptor massage. Yep, we'll do that. There's a whole history behind that. Came from Europe, by the way, sculptor massage. Europeans only have to do 2-2. The Americans have to do 5-5-5. You can think about why in America we do 5-5-5. In Europe, they do 2-2 for sculptor massage. Think about that. We'll talk about it at the end. Stop breakouts and acne. This is big. I'm interested in the comments to hear, because a lot of when the hormones change, the estrogen, progesterone, and that balance changes. And I know you don't want to hear, but it's 42, 43, it starts to change. Acne kind of comes back. So it's a big problem. Problem is acne, when it leaves, it can leave skin noise, a bit of brown spot. Hopefully you don't get pitting. That can happen. So acne is a big thing to consider, especially after 45. And obviously for your kids, never let your kids get deep acne, cystic acne scarring, follows them for life. I don't like that. Treat it. Get on something. Red light, we have blue in the mask. So understand that. Masks work great, but this special, so there's $113 off of this, 2 creams for $175. And what is going to be our acne? AHA, I told you already about that, water soluble, oil soluble with pores, but also a retinoic acid, which I happen to have here today. This is the retinol, so it's a pump. But here's the thing about this retinol. Remember I talked about skin fasting, we don't want inflammation. What's in here? THD ascorbate. So it's a retinol plus a vitamin C, but it's a lipid soluble vitamin C, so it absorbs. And that's why you can now mix, which very few people realize, a retinol with a vitamin C, because to build collagen, you need retinoic acid, retinol, and vitamin C. You need those two things together, and silica. Silica you're taking with my drinks. My Electroglow has silica, but also, or my Plasma Glow gummies has silica. But here's the thing with this. It's not just any retinol. Retinoic acid, even adapalene, some people are going to get inflammation. I put 3 things in here of a retinols. Retinol, you guys know, converts to retinoic acid. Retinaldehyde, my favorite, converts to retinoic acid. And then I put retinol palmitate, a very weak one, and but it makes it into the triple. A weak one, a medium, and one that needs 2-step conversion to retinoic. Vitamin C, and I put in oils here. So there's avocado oil, anti-inflammatory. So everything's made with a purpose, but also I showed you the certified label before. I could put all the same ingredients as junk ingredients in here. I took into my factory, showed you what we do with our LEDs. I can make this for all the same ingredients, maybe for half price, but it's junk ingredients. So you got to know, it's not just about reading the ingredient label, but knowing where and how your ingredients come from. It's huge, but always look for certified when you're buying this stuff. Okay, so fade dark spots and even tone. What are we going to use here? Okay, this is probably, as you said, it's one of the more common things. When I was in Asia, I walked in because I wasn't getting sun for a week, had a pico laser, a very light laser, but I've seen some dark spots go 2 months later. Okay, so it's patience. So sometimes you need to step it up to a laser. You want to talk about it? I do CO2 lasers. I've done erbium yags. We use fractionated RF. I do all that stuff. But skincare is the low-hanging fruit, and it works now. And you can do home peels. However, here's your best home combination, and we took $175 off. Okay, so you get Plasmazome's Derma Roller. You know about that now. And you get Even Glow pads. What are they? Well, that's a 5% glycolic, but here's the kicker. It's in a liquid form. It's ultra absorptive, okay? And there's salicylic in here, and there's fruit acids. So multiple glycolics, salicylic in the pads, and your glycolic at 5%, ultra absorptive. Now, if I use this 3 days in a row, if I pick 3 days and I'll use these pads, I'll be windburned. I'll feel that, which I don't mind. It's like a mini peel. If you don't want to do home peels, but you want to step up your cream game, step up to Even Glow pads. They're drenched in liquid that absorb, that exfoliate. Salicylic, water soluble, because then it unglues the sebum. And then, your glycolic's your water soluble that goes in and unglues. And then your salicylic, which is oil soluble that clears that pore out. And you can scrub, by the way. Grab those and you can scrub. When we're doing chemical peels on a face, what other than 70 glycolic, those are deep. If I'm doing a 20 or 50% glycolic, I'll scrub after I make the face acidic. And we use acetone for that. You're going to acetone on the face. Yes, you want to pre-prime the skin to make it acidic before you do a peel. Little trick there for you to get the best out of your chemical peels. I love chemical peels. Peel pads, and then you all know about Plasmazomes. And the last one here, we're going to do smooth wrinkles and fine lines, the last of the package. Then we're going to answer some questions, and we're going to go to the giveaway. I want to give a bunch of stuff away. Smooth wrinkles and fine lines. Okay, great. Let me roll up here so I see what you guys are seeing. I want to hear in the comment section, are you guys getting value out of this so far? Am I going down a road that you want? I can get on here and talk about anything. Anything in the world of aesthetics. You want to talk about facelifts, you want to talk about CO2, injectables, salmon sperm, Sanicos, Guri, PCL, whatever you want to talk about, I have it up here. But I want to know, are you getting value out of this? And I am going to answer your questions. Okay, great. The last thing I ever want to do is be up here pontificating about nothing. But I'm sharing what I do in real life and what I see and what we help people with on stage and different things. Okay, great. We'll do, if you want more structural ones, injections, surgical ones, we'll do those down the road. We can do those. Okay, let's go on to skin tightening. Maybe what people want the most is skin tightening, but honestly, a little rant here, people miss the fact that I can tighten your skin. Let's say you did a facelift, you cut, you pull, you remove an inch of skin, great. Release the ligaments, lift up, it looks good in the jawline, no question. But I can take the skin and lift it up, and you do a brow lift or you use RF microneedling or whatever we do. But if you put and tighten your skin on quote unquote old bone or osteoporotic bone, you're going to look old with tight skin. Remember, holistic is key. Sleeping, eating, protein, your bone, your hormones. So everyone wants to know how to tighten skin, which is important. But tighter skin comes with holistic health first. Number 2, skincare. Yeah, it's not number 1. Skincare is not your number 1. Number 1 is what I talked about. Number 2 is your skincare, which is important. Of course, I want to sell you skincare to tighten your skin, but I'm going to tell you about a third in a minute. But let's go to number 2. Let's see what we put together for a package for you guys for tighter skin. Because I know it is a focus, and it's a Google search term that everyone wants to know about. But let's pop that up. So to tighten the skin, of course, you want to build and support your collagen and elastin. Elastin's your bounce, okay? Go to the shows, everyone grabs me here, goes, oh, you're looking good, or you're looking old, or you're looking bad. And they just grab and go, you need this, you need that. That's when you're in the industry, people don't care. It's just straight out there. And I know the world is becoming like that because in other countries it is. It's taboo here, but people know that people want a little bit of snatch, tighter skin, a little optimization of what you're dealing with. So this is a big one. So for skin tightening, of course, we hit it with three things. Your alpha hydroxy acid, and yes, that helps with browns too. But alpha hydroxys increase the turnover of cells, and your retinoic acid, your retinol here, your retinol A serum, which is this one, I already told you has the three forms of retinol in it: retinol, retinaldehyde, and retinol palmitate. But what retinols do is they support the build of collagen. So that's going to get your tighter skin. They do help with brown spots too, but you'll notice the AHA and retinol combination works really well. Of course, I told you I put vitamin C in here, tetrahexyldecyl sorbate. So that's key that's in there, plus vitamin E. But then you got plasmasomes, and those are pointed signals to your skin. I told you about those with niacinamide tranexamic acid, because if you want tighter skin, you're just going to have to step it up. If you're out there and you're 20, we get a lot of 20, 30-year-olds, great, you got tight skin. I can tell you how many 23, 24, 26-year-olds come up to me and go, Doc, I got the downturn, my face is sagging. I'm looking, it looks perfect. But they see it because they're used to being 18. Then you're 55. Then you're 75. This is a continuum. But the young people, they still think they look old. They think they're sagging. But you're going to have to step it up. So that's the skincare, and derma rolling steps it up. That's your low-hanging fruit. Then you do get into devices, of course. RF is you prime the skin with your red light. We talked about RF is going to be your next step up. Not everyone's ready for that. It takes a little bit of work. But home RF, home ultrasound's coming. What's home ultrasound? Ulthera, soft wave you guys asked me about. And of course, in Asia, there's 10 more. What's the capital of devices where everything gets approved? Hong Kong. So if you want to know where everything gets approved, is Hong Kong. However, doctors there can't post that stuff on social media. They can't post their treatments before and afters and all that. Isn't that crazy? Not crazy, interesting. I love each country has its own thing. And in Brazil, doctors can't put their before and afters up either. They were lobbying, maybe it came through, but the dentists could. So the dentist showed all their before and afters, were getting all the business, but the plastic surgeons couldn't show their work online. I think they put a law, their plastic surgeon lobbied, we'll see. There's a little rant for you. Okay, can you do derma rolling on the neck? Absolutely. Understand the neck. This is so complex. Derma roll for your skin, for sure. Don't lose fat on your neck. How many of my friends have gone for a facelift or RF microneedling? Great down here. But if you don't lose your fat here, because that's your crepey skin, derma rolling with plasmasomes, you're not going to affect your fat. You're going to make everything healthier. But you're not going to RF microneedle. I'm not. You can do whatever you want. I'm not RF microneedling from here down. I'll do I have never done this, but I would do décolleté, especially if I'm a woman. Larger breasts, you lie on your side, you're going to get the creases through here if you have sun damage. Great, microneedle that. Derma roll that. But in derma roll here, be careful. If you take your retinol and you derma roll that in, disaster. If you just take your skincare, even a hyaluronic acid you get over the counter somewhere, you derma roll it, disaster. Make sure you're derma rolling something that's built to derma roll. I showed you in my factory, it gives you one snippet about how things go wrong with red light. It goes way wrong with skincare. And the reason is everyone wants to buy $20 skincare, $20 skincare, $30 skincare, and they rejoice over it. You're getting junk. That's just, you cannot make it, market it, sell it, have a website, give customer service for $20 or $30 skincare. You know what you're getting. And I traveled the whole world where they have, if you want to say cheap labor, cheap products, they don't have the regulations we have, they still can't make it for $20 and have it here. Cool Peel. Is Cool Peel effective and does truly have minimal downtime? I've had one, watch mine, Cool Peel done. If you go to YouTube, just look up Rajani Cool Peel or Rajani CO2. Cool Peel is just a CO2 laser with a software program that scatters. So my CO2 is not Cool Peel, but I can do a Cool Peel with it. Cool Peel is just, they named and branded it. And then you can get it up to high surface area, high joules, or you can dumb it down to a light peel. So Cool Peel, just a CO2 laser. Any CO2 laser, the company won't like that I told you this, but any knowledgeable CO2, and I love Cool Peel. That's a Deca platform. I like Deca. It's a great laser. Is it truly low downtime? I treat someone, I'll say, you'll be downtime for a week. Yeah, I'm good with that. 4 days later, they're pissed off at me because they didn't realize they had an event on Friday and now it's Tuesday. So downtime, what does low downtime mean? You think you're okay with a week, but you're scared to death on day 3. This is the world. If you're in aesthetic medicine, you're going to get 2 or 3 calls a week of people freaking out about what they signed up for. And then they'll love you in 10 days and they'll love you thereafter. This is how this goes. So I don't know how to answer low downtime. I had mine done before going to Medellin, Colombia. We have a conference there every October. And they said, yeah, 3 days. For me, it was 7 days. Was I pissed off? It just didn't go outside. I would have hyperpigmented. Post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, PIH. So it's hard to answer that, but your provider is key, not the machine. CO2 machines, they're easy to make. It's just one gas chamber. Very easy. The software is quite similar to all of them now. Should I do laser before Sculptor? Sure, no problem. But you can't do it a week or 2 before because you have to massage. 5-5-5. You're up 2-2-2. I preempted. Why did the Europeans only have to massage twice a day? The Europeans listen. The Americans, they don't listen. It's like the big gulp sodas. We're all overboard. So if you tell an American, massage your face 5 times a day for 5 minutes, 5 days of the week, next 5 days, they'll do it twice a day. You tell the Europeans twice a day for 2 minutes, they'll do it. So we had to tell Americans 3 or 4 times extra what the Europeans did, because Sculptor was first FDA approved, Euro cleared. Eurozone didn't exist because it was 1999. But Sculptor's FDA approved here for HIV lipoatrophy, that was 2004. So when it came here, we already had the European experience, and we were injecting it in America before that on a compassionate basis for HIV lipoatrophy. You want more story on that? I got it all up here. So that's the story on 5-5-5. But yes, you should massage Sculptra. Can you explain near infrared, and isn't infrared better? Great. This is huge, you guys. I wish I could tell you everything I know about red light, and I could, but you'd probably cop out here a little. You'd bonk out on me. This is vibration. So we don't use vibration enough on our faces, in my opinion. But if you go to the next mode, this is red light and near infrared. You're only seeing the red light, the 630. Your eye cannot see near infrared. So on my lip and mouth, on one of the modes for cold sores, it's 1072 wavelength, near infrared. You can't see it. So people call up all the time, hey, my mouth device isn't working. I don't see anything. A little green light says it's on, but you can't see near infrared. The human eye only picks up certain wavelengths. Near infrared is deeper. It's a deeper penetration. Red is superficial. So on my lip and mouth device, I have multiple superficial wavelengths. Why? People want bigger lips without fillers. And by the way, take your gua sha and treat over your lips as your last stroke. It's your dirty stroke because the mouth is dirty, but you want your lips healthy, more blood flow, more vibrant, a little bit of volume. And you might say, I don't want big lips. You do. What do I mean? You start losing lip volume at the age of 22, 23. So if you're 33, you're 53, you're 73, whatever, you want more volume than you have now if you've never done anything, and you want natural. That's why we have our lip devices and lip topicals. So the question was near infrared. So yes, if you want deeper penetration, but here's another fallacy. People are like, oh, I want the output. I don't want to confuse you all, but I want 100 milliwatts per centimeter squared output. Okay, great. Is more better? Hair is well studied at 5 milliwatts. But people look on these graphs because influencers will compare. There's more power in this head device or face device. You don't want more power. A, it hasn't been studied that way, and B, it's photobiomodulation. In my clinic with your cool peel or your CO2 laser, you want power. Your IPL, you want power. Great. But don't, because influencers control the market, they think more is better. It's not. You're trying to get your mitochondria to pop up. How do you know your mitochondria? Because you're probably getting NAD injections or you're eating NMN. That's the same mitochondria that I'm talking about that the red light supercharges. A lot there to unpack, and you might want to watch this again if I get a replay for you, but understand that. Near infrared for cold sores, yes, 1072, amazing. So we have that on the lip and mouth device. I have it here, it's in the bathroom, so I don't have it to show you, but I don't get cold sores personally, but we have a lot of people who see in the comments, oh, if I feel a tingle, they put on the first sign of tingle is going to be the best. The cold sore never comes. And you'll see this is studied as well. So I added it to the device. I put it on the community poll. Remember, I'm developing products with you. We're doing this together. I'm just the guy going flying around the world doing it and taking the blows for doing it and aging in the process. But what you guys said to me, there was only 7 or 8% said they wanted a cold sore portion on it, but I thought it was so important to add, and I was able to do it relatively inexpensively. We put that mode in the lip and mouth device. So should the 7% of you that get them, because when I go online, I see the percentage of people that get cold sores, it's like 20, 30%. Maybe people don't want to admit it on the polls, but I love the feedback that you give me. Okay, the best thing for under eyes. Under eyes is huge. It's your bone getting bigger and rotating. So that's what happens as we age. So it's bone. There's a septum that separates the internal brain from the outside. It's called the orbital septum. The fat pad herniates down, quote unquote, through. That gives your eye bag. Then there's dark circles, genetically, brown skin type. Then there's veins. It's why PRF, where you draw your blood and you spin it down, works so well because it's your growth factors. Someone asked me earlier before we started talk about eriescence, PDGF. PDGF is only one growth factor. There's 39 identified clear growth factors in your blood. Why do you want one? PDGF is one, and it's not meant for injections, only a topical. PRF, it's all yours. It's not a drug. We don't add anything. It's your blood. You spin it down. It's your exosomes. We've identified in our labs, my labs that I use, exosomes, multiple growth factors. So why would you ever want one that's somewhat illegal to inject? PDGF. So PRF is great under the eyes. Put your gel deep on the bone with a cannula, come back and put your liquid on top of that. You might need 2 sessions. If you need to add a little filler thereafter, it hides it. We now have an FDA approved filler for the under eye, Restylane Eye Light. I'll be lecturing on that in Vegas on Sunday night. So we have a big thing in Vegas again this weekend. Do I want to leave and go down there? No, but we're going to. Okay. It'll be super fun. I shouldn't say that. I mean, it's totally fun and we learn a lot, but I mean, it's Vegas is just Vegas. It's a great place, but it's dry. I guess if you're not in the casinos, it's better. We're going to do one more question, then we're going to the giveaway. Best products and tools for smokers lines. Did you guys see, comment here. Did you see Kris Jenner, the story that she wants her facelift redone? That's the story. She didn't say that 100% admit to it, but that's the story. Did you guys see that? Her facelift was about a year ago. Everyone's like, oh, she looks 20 years younger. It was a smaz lift, not a quote unquote deep plane. And she's apparently livid over the fact that it doesn't look good. But if you look at the picture that's showing, it's the lower face aging. All the lines are on lower face. Why? The bone is collapsing. So you obviously lose bone. If you're losing teeth, you're losing your alveolar bone. That's the bone around your teeth at the jawline. That you guys know, I mean, jaws change. The mouth kind of collapses. Why does it happen in females more than men? Because estrogen goes down at mid-40s, definitely by 52, 53. You might be getting your cycles, but your estrogen is changing. Estrogen and bone are well connected. We're not going into that today. And facelifts do not give you bigger lips. They don't do anything to your chin per se. You could add an implant. It doesn't do anything for peau d'orange. The downturned mouth, it does help, but you're still going to need something else done because there's collapse of the bone. So you're still going to need a little filler or sculpt or something down here to add to a facelift or fat transfer, but a lot of fat doesn't take. So lip lines, topicals. I make a lip plumper that has a retinol in it built for the lips. Why is it built for lips? What's so different about it? It's timed release. It's a mucous membrane. You don't want to use your retinol skincare, so it's a timed release, but I put peptides in it. It's called Lip Enhancer. By the way, all these packages today are free shipping. If you add things to it, you'll get free shipping on that. Add the Lip Enhancer. Okay, great. And then if you want a next level device, obviously the NUA, and you can use RF on the lips. We do it in clinic all the time. So lip lines, PRF is good if you want to get injectables. Don't add a lot of filler. You'll get ducky. It'll migrate up. It'll look weird. You'll need the art of dissolving. Okay, so that's on that. Should we go to the giveaway? And I'll stay and answer a few questions after. Best for the downturned sides of the mouth. This was a common question asked. I do have full videos on it. We'll get to that after the giveaway. I do want to address this. Even people after facelifts, by the way, at 1 year, when the fat transferred, what didn't take, so it's gone. They're finished in the honeymoon phase. They want something to help make the lips a little bigger, turn the mouth up. And that ends up being biostimulators. And we know injecting biostimulators along the jaw before, after the facelift tightens the jawline, but adds a bit of volume. And if you really want next level sculpting, use something like Radius, which is calcium hydroxylapatite with a cannula to give you the sharpest, most sculpted jawline. Giveaway? Okay, team, let's do this. Now, sometimes we have a drum roll, we have different things. Let's give away some stuff. And for you guys, obviously, I want to give stuff away. We have our winners, which we'll announce. You guys got the drum roll. We have our winners, which we'll certainly announce. Not everyone can win, but we're going to do more of these. If these are things you like on the channel, tell me. We want to do more and what we want to talk about. So I'll stay on, do some questions, but let's go to the giveaway. What we're going to give away today, we're going to give away 750 times 5. Okay, so we're going to give away 5 plasma glow LEDs. Good, because I just told you about the difference between LED masks. A couple things that I added on this LED that I don't know of any other mask that added PEMF, pulsed electromagnetic field. You can turn it off, but you can have it on. I added the hairline because a lot of women walking into any practice are going to say, whether they're on testosterone, some of them are, with their estrogen and progesterone, you'll get male pattern baldness. After, of course, viruses, you start shedding. So the hairline was important. We added it. We have the jowl strap, of course. I showed you what went into the LEDs. We also heat these masks to 130 degrees centigrade before they leave the factory to get rid of any moisture. We also add extra LEDs under the eyes, around the lips, and you can turn off your red. So for the less than 5% of people that are super melasma sensitive, you can turn off your near infrared. You can use 630 only, very unique. So that's all built into this mask. And type the word. So let's go back and I'll give them what they need to do. Where they got to type the word, not in here because they're all typing it in here. They got to text it. So let me get you the information. I know you guys are putting gift in here. Okay, you're going to text, and this is a different number than the landing page, right? 541-287-7384.
Oh, it's the same number.
It's the same number. Okay, so to the same number that you're going to get the landing page is 541-287-7384. You're going to text the word gift. So put all of that up again so they know. There it is at the bottom. Look at the bottom rolling. 541-287-7384. And to that number, you're going to text gift this time. GIFT. And then you're going to receive the link, okay? And then that'll go in. We're going to announce tomorrow, or we're going to pick the winners tomorrow night. So call it Tuesday morning, depending on your time zone. And then we'll email you. So the winners will be emailed that they've won. So I'm going to stay on here and see what people are having. You didn't get a link, so keep going. Try a couple of times. Obviously, we have 1,000 or 2,000 people right now sitting in there, so have a bit of patience, but you can text to that. You'll get a link. 541-287-7384. The word gift, G-I-F-T. And maybe it doesn't, lightly, you can tell me. It probably doesn't have to be all caps, but we have all caps up there, so go with all caps just to be safe. Okay, so it's working. Okay, those people, so you're not going to comment gift here in the comments. You're going to text it. You're going to go on your phone and you're going to text GIFT to that number, and then you'll get the link to enter. Got it. Okay, so everyone's getting it. It's working. You know this technical stuff, you guys. I'm not the best. Now, we're going to do a little Q&A after this. And again, you have time. You don't have to pop up here and do it. You could do this tonight. Okay. And the giveaways are under, obviously, we do it through a company that follows the rules and regulations. So if for some reason you can't, it doesn't allow you, maybe you're from a country that doesn't allow that. That's what that means. Yep. There's different countries. I'm Canadian. I like Canada, but they don't allow things all the time. It really bothers me about Canada. So Canada, we know, might not work, and there might be some others. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're welcome. I want to give you. I'd give everything away if I could. The bigger we get, the more we're giving away. The more I travel the world doing this stuff. It's not like I need a ton of money. I don't even own a car anymore. Now, here's the thing about this. Make sure to tell your friends. So if you have someone you owe something to, someone you love, someone in your room next to you, let them know. Your sister, your best friend's enemy, they have a day or two or a day to get this in. Send them this text and link. It'll increase all your chances. But help someone else out. Help us grow our company here. Send them this information. Say, hey, text to this number, this word, 541-287-7384. Text GIFT, GIFT. Dr. Johnny's having a great giveaway. You're going to love Dr. Johnny. Win a free mask. And if you win it, give it to me. So you can let them know. That's going to increase the chances that your group gets something. The bigger I grow, the more we're giving away, and all of our prices dive, and I'll bring more stuff from overseas. That's how this all works. We're all a community working with this together, and I'm only bringing in things that you're asking me to. That helps me know what to bring in and helps you to get them in a quality manner. So yeah, certain countries, remember, certain countries are not any, these are the laws of your country. I'm Canadian, I'm American, and trust me, I would be selling all my stuff across Canada if it were easy. Canada's the most difficult country I deal with, and I love Canada. So I can't answer for certain countries. I mean, just the duties up there. Some countries in the Eurozone. I'm not going to get started. But yes, not all countries will allow it. And Canada might be one of those. Too bad. But maybe you have a friend in the USA, and then you can get them. So I want to answer a couple of your questions now while all of you are doing that. You don't call the number, Michelle. You text that in. So Linda says, I love my new Gua Sha red light. About to use my new derma roller. Linda, amazing. When you add a derma roller, you want a red light first, then you gua sha, and then you derma roll, and then you can use your Korean sheet mask after. That you're like on, that's a 4-step Korean routine. I'm sure you can come up with 2 or 3 to add for your 7-step Korean routine. Because I do that, Canada is now the new China. Yeah, I've heard it called a lot of things. But so yeah, you want to get your skin routine that works for you. But today's video in terms of fasting is if you're finding inflammation, if your skin's not getting where you want to be, give it a little reset. That's the idea. GLP drugs, do they have any side effects? GLP drugs have a lot of side effects. Those are peptides. We talked about amino acids, peptides, and they have hormonal action. So what they're doing, the first generation, Ozempics, they slow down your appetite. The next generation, so like Ozempic and Mounjaro, then you have tirzepatide. The second generation added GIP. So you get some insulin changes, some insulin, increase your insulin sensitivity. The third generation, like retatrutide, has glucagon. So that has a thermogenic burning effect, and you lose more visceral fat. The fourth, that's not FDA approved, but you can get it through compounding pharmacies if you go to the right clinic. That's called Reta. I did a video on that. The fourth generation coming, a couple of years away, 3-4 years away, may well have things in there to stop what's called myostatin and help build your muscle. Because what we're seeing is facial volume loss with rapid weight loss and maybe a direct effect of the GLP-1s. So yes, obviously there's rare things like thyroid cancer. I looked at all that data. It's quite small. But if you have a family history of thyroid cancer, maybe you consider it. Blindness, rare, but devastating when it occurs. Obviously, it stops your GI tract, so you can get some pancreatitis. There's tons of side effects. You can get where the bowel doesn't work is the easiest way to describe it. So you get an obstruction, you could call it. You probably know what I'm talking about. So there's all kinds of side effects. You got to be careful, but you got to weigh that with, hey, if you weigh 400 or 500 pounds, that's a risk too. If you got no way to lose the weight. So there's positives and negatives. I like GLP-1s overall, but the fact that 35% of people walking into family doctor's office are asking for them, that's too many. They're not eating right and they're not exercising, but it has a role. Keep trying. So someone, entered the contest, put in the code, sent to my email. Nothing's working well. Try again. It will. Everyone else it's coming through. I can see. Canada again. We have a lot of Canadians out here. Should I use can you gua sha the same day you use Plasma Glow? Which Plasma Glow? So you want to use your Plasma Glow LED mask. I put the lip and mouth device in, gua sha while that's in your mouth. That saves you the time. And then your Plasma Glow Duo under eye, if you're using the original mask without PEMF, use your under eye with PEMF. That's mode 2. And then derma rolling is your last step. Our whole line is Plasma Glow, so you'll see different ones. At my hospital, I've been seeing increase of bowel perforations and ileus, of course, because you guys know peptides, right? So, I mean, there's people getting peptides injected, they have no idea what they are. But when you inject a peptide that slows the motility of your gut, especially if you get a little older, the gut slows down anyway. You know, constipation increases as people get older. You're going to get ileus perforations and obstructions for sure. Thank you for sharing. So yeah, it's working. Everyone's working. It works, but after it says sorry, it's not available in your region. Anna, where are you from? What region? We already established Canada, but you can let us know. I use your gua sha on my neck. How long before you notice reduction in those vertical lines? So vertical lines are from your platysma, like that. Gua sha is part of a routine. So you're going to use gua sha every day, 2, 3, 4 times a week at least. You'll start to see different results at week 1, week 2, week 3. If your bands are super strong, if they're deep here, a lot of times people get a little bit of Botox, Xeomin, or Dysport, get them injected once or twice. That shrinks them down to get you to baseline because probably you haven't been taking care of them before. When you go to the gym, you're lifting heavy weights, try and keep your face quiet. But there's no reason other than that for these bands to be big unless you're working out the muscle. Look at my videos on platysma. Anna's from Montreal. Yeah. Okay. Well, you should be watching the Montreal Canadiens game, Anna. I'm glad you're with me. Thank you. Canada legally doesn't allow entry into some things. Some countries don't. Canada legally doesn't allow entry into giveaways. That's the problem for some countries. But any country that allows it, but I would lobby your premier. I don't know the premier of not Montreal, of Quebec. I've always had those necklines. Yeah, if they have lines, for my clients, 20 units of Botox equivalent, so that 50 units of Dysport, or about 30 units of Xeomin. How does gua sha vibration help bone? So the gua sha is 220 hertz. There's a Plasma Glow boost. So see if this is open already. Okay, great. Here, another vibration device is the Plasma Glow boost. These are 2 in the line. Watch my video also on vibration body plates. But vibration, I believe, on the face is underutilized. So I did a video on something called rank L. And vibration inhibits rank L, and rank L ups your osteoclasts, and osteoclasts remove bone. That's what they do. Osteoblasts build bone. So there's no direct evidence or great long-term studies on vibration building face bone because it's as close to free as you can get. This is a $39 device I sell for putting on skincare that has vibration at 240 hertz. No one's going to study that. And so no one's going to study vibration on bone. I really believe the data, and a lot of it points to that through rank L. So if you put in Rajani build face bone, my video on that will come up. I use it, my patients use it. I don't have a double-blind placebo-controlled trial to prove that to you. Whether you want to use it, you can. But with the Plasma Glow boost to increase your absorption on your face, vibration helps improve absorption of products. You can use it along the bone as well. what do you have to lose? And it increases, stimulates blood flow. So that's how I look at vibration on the bone. Michigan, okay, it worked for you, perfect. Okay, so do you recommend Botox for smokers' lines? I've never smoked, but it's happened. So most people who get smokers' lines, vertical lip lines, they've never smoked before. And Botox can work. 6 units of Botox or like 18 units of Dysport. They're all different in units, by the way. It's a whole nother study. But 6 units. If you do more, you're not going to be able to talk or hold your food in your mouth because you got to purse your lips to hold your food in the mouth. The problem is you can only do 6 units. It doesn't build collagen. It doesn't do anything long-term. You got to build your collagen, build your fat pads, and thicken your dermis. That's red light. That's the skincare I talked about, AHA, retinols. You can use Botox for your temporary fix, but you can only do it to the point where it lasts 6 or 8 weeks because it's such a low dose. Higher doses of toxin, like you can do in the glabella, that can last you up to 6 months because it's 20 units. Down here, 6 units. So go slow, use it as part of the equation. PRF works great down here, autologous blood. I have videos on that. Okay, so it's working. People are using it. What do you do for under eye melia? So a great thing, what I talked about today, AHA creams, exfoliation, and then not a lot of heavy products. So use your moisturizers, quality moisturizers. If you're putting a lot of moisturizers under, you might get melia. So, but exfoliation is important. There's not a lot of oil glands underneath your eyes, so they're delicate. You got to be careful. What if you're born with dark circles? Yeah. So that takes a consult. There's a few things you can do. Surgery to move some fat. Fat is used, fat transfer in the lower face because it reflects light back. A lot of people think they have a downturn of the mouth, but what it is reflection of vasculature. That's why during a facelift, a lot of times you'll get fat put down here to reflect it back, not necessarily for the volume effect. Same thing under the eyes. You can put fat underneath there to reflect it differently. You can also use filler with a combination of something called radius because it's white. So there's certain things you can do, but if you're born with them, you need a consult. PRF can also help. Does near infrared and dermal rolling work around the eyes? So near, of course, yep, yes. And I have that in my course. So if you go to store.rajanimd.com, go to learn and go to my free courses on those. And it works. And near infrared, of course, because it penetrates deeper towards the bone layers. Don't forget about your bone. The main reason people look old after a facelift, particularly, it goes to show you, you lift all that skin up, but it's tightly draped skin on old bone. So pay attention to your bone. Under eyes, puffiness. So we have a lot of under eyes coming. Yes, if they're puffy, PRF can help because you get growth factors, exosomes. You need a consult on that. If you got bags, if you're referring to bags, sometimes we remove the bag. That could be the best way. If they're not that deep, you fill around them. Either something called Easy Gel or an under eye filler like Restylane Eyelight or Eyelight, even mixed with a tiny bit of Radius. So what are your thoughts on Fontana 4D laser for crepey loose skin on the neck? Good. So Fontana is a laser. Lasers are lasers. There's millions of them now, hundreds of them. Go to any show and there's a ton of off brands. Fontana, it's a good brand. They're knockoffs of lasers, which might be in some clinics. They'll be FDA cleared. They'll be an eighth of the price. They work. It's all about the wavelength of the laser. For the neck, you don't want to hammer the neck with CO2, but erbium YAG is safe. Look at fractionated RF. Older devices have fractionated RF. There's Skinfinity is one. There's even Cineron has a fractionated RF. That works good down there. So, but yeah, the Fauna 4D, it's good. What difference between liquid PRF and Easy Gel for under eye treatments in terms of longevity? You want to combine them both. Under eyes, why do one thing? Someone comes to you for under eyes and you're drawing blood anyway. Take a portion, spin it fast, get your albumin, heat that albumin into a gel. Take your other tube, that's going to be your liquid PRF. Spin that slow. That's going to be 1,000 RPM in the right tube at 5 minutes. So you get your gel, you put it deep with a cannula, 24 gauge, 23 gauge cannula, come up superficially and add your liquid. They do different things. Your gel is lacking in exosomes, mesenchymal stem cells, and growth factors, whereas your liquid is rich in that. So you want both. Why decide? Blood draw, you can get them both out of one blood draw. Can I use microneedling under my eyes? Yes. Be gentle. you're not going to use the same depth under your eyes where the dermis is very thin as you would in the cheek where you have a thick dermis. So where you might go 0.25 to 0.5 max millimeter under the eye, over here you might go a whole millimeter because you got thicker dermis. So remember, your face isn't one thing. There are different zones. Same with the nose. What order do I use AHA and retinol if applying the same evening? AHA and retinol? Great question. I do your AHA cleanse, AHA, wait 5 or 10 minutes, layer on top with the retinol, especially mine because you're getting THD ascorbate, which is lipid soluble. I got face lines bad after I went through kidney failure and my skin never recovered. Yes, kidney failure is a systemic issue. It's going to affect many parts of your body. The same, I don't know, you have to know where you're at now, but if you're recovered from your kidney failure, the same things we talked about today apply. Certainly always, if you got medical problems, consult. Can derma rolling under the eye? We did that. I can look for questions if you're not finding any. If you use retinol palmitate for the last 2.5 years, the other forms that you offer have an added effect if I start using them now. Absolutely. If you're only using retinol palmitate, that's one of the weakest forms that you can get. You want to look for retinaldehyde. So retinaldehyde is my number one. If you're only using retinaldehyde and you don't want to use your retinol or retinol palmitate, that's fine. If you're picking one, retinaldehyde. There are products with just one. I put 3 in there because I think the 3 work together. What's your opinion of skin flooding with toner? You don't need a toner. I mean, if you want to use one, great. There's something cool that we'll have in about 4 or 5 months. It's next level based on a toner idea. But if you're going to skip money somewhere, and I know women love their toners, love the feel of it, the misters and everything. If you love it, great. But from a perspective of your skin routine, that's the one step that you can skip if you want it. I work in a department store in Portland. Give my channel name. Thank you so much. Vintage. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. If we all share what's going on here, I certainly appreciate it. We help the channel grow, and trust me, as we grow, as I grow, we're growing together. I want to do way more of taking care of my people, and that's the people here. I know your products are vegan, but what are your thoughts on beef tallow moisturizers? Yeah, some of our products are full vegan, like even my plasmazome microneedling, that's vegan. It's because synthetic exosomes. Exobalm is vegan because it's rose plant stem cell exosomes. But I have a whole video on beef tallow. So if you go onto YouTube, you go Rajani, Rajani, beef tallow, my video will pop right up. I did a whole video on it. I like it. It's not bad. It plays a role in some people's routine. But if you're trying to reset your skin, there's probably better things that you can do. You could maybe slug once a week or every 8 days, 9 days if you want to do something like that. But beef tallow, some people like it. It's ultra moisturizing. What do you think about doing laser same day as PRF? It's 100% great. In fact, what you should do is, I don't know what laser you're talking about. Let's say it's a resurfacing laser, erbium YAG, CO2. Even if you're doing a 1064, do your PRF after. But any resurfacing type of laser, amazing, because you got channels in the skin. You can just put your PRF topically. So yes. What is a slug? Slugging it come from Korea, parts of Asia, but what it means is you cleanse your skin and you put a Vaseline on it. Aquaphor would be another one. A lot of people prefer Aquaphor. There's a couple more ingredients. And then you go to bed. And it ultra hydrates your skin. And it's not petroleum. A lot of people, petrolatum, you're putting diesel on your face. No, it's highly refined oils. Oil, a lot of products, your tires in your car obviously come from oil. A lot of products actually come from oil, but it's refined oil. So petrolatum or Aquaphor, that's what slugging is. Look up Rajani slugging and you'll know. Okay, let's go up so everyone knows about the giveaway in case anyone missed it. I want everyone to join. Call your friends, give them the data to join. If you don't win, you want your friends to win. So call them up and give them this data and what you want to tell them, or for you if you haven't done it. It's a text line, 541-287-7384. You're going to put that number in your number. And you're going to text the word gift, GIFT, and then you're going to send. And then that's going to send you back where to go and what to do. You're going to get the data back. So make sure everyone joins. I want everyone to have a chance to win, but call your friends and give them this. Let at least someone in your friend circle win. We're going to let everyone know. Well, we're going to email the people who won by Tuesday morning, say. So you have time. Your friends have time. You'll rewatch this. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Perfect. This is my first live, but it was great. Good. When you see this live and you watch it, tell me if there's something you want to do. We can change how we do these. So G Bandy, you texted 10 times not working. Tell me what country you're in. Because the only reason it wouldn't work, it's working for everyone. Could be your phone, could be the country you're from. Let's answer a few more questions here. People are hanging on. They want. So you people have a specific question. Can you use NUA and Disport? Absolutely. I actually did a video on my playlist on NUA. So what you want to do there is, if you got your Disport, wait 48 hours. To be honest, it binds the receptors in 5 hours. So you in clinic, in clinic and you at home, you can do your NUA first, and then you can do your toxin after your face cools. So 15 minutes, 10 minutes. If you did it, just don't do the NUA same day. Why not wait 24 or 48 hours? But yes, NUA, they don't negate each other. The toxin binds the receptor 4 or 5 hours, does its work within the day. Although your results do then from your toxin occur over 3 to 7 days. Do you like PRF for hair thinning? Yes, absolutely. PRF works for hair thinning. We'll have more stuff coming from hair for hair. I know you guys want it, but keep in mind the halo mask, we do include the hairline and the exact right wavelengths for hair support. So yes, as a 70-year-old who takes care of my skin, where would I start with you? Where would I start with you, especially lower face? I do the red light and creams. Great. So you mean in clinic? But if you're doing lower face, so that's a heavy lifter, and you're doing red light and creams, you're going to step up to NUA. NUA is an RF device. It's on the site. You get free shipping today. And you put the gel on your face. It's bipolar RF, and in circular motions, it tells you when you hit the temperature. This is a plug-in style. We have also cordless versions, but light will flash green. You turn it on, it turns green, and then it turns blue. It turns green when you get to temperature. You may reach the temperature, may not. Doesn't matter. You'll feel the warmth. The key about the green is if it gets too warm, it will shut down temporarily. And that's the key with a great device. But NUA is radio frequency, and that's what we use in clinic to help tighten skin. And there you go with that. So that as 70-year-old, by 70, you need heavy hitting. You need to hit it with everything. 50 to 60 is when people think about a facelift, depending if that's something in the cards for you. Kybella and Morpheus 8 plus HIFU to get rid of jowls. I'm 28. See, you're 28 and you have jowls. Maybe you do. Kybella, I like it. If you use it here, you got to be careful. There's a marginal mandibular nerve and you could ding it. It always comes back. I've always seen it go that way. You can get a droopy smile. But I do use Kybella on the face and in the submentum. Like it. Morpheus 8, great. Watch my videos on submentum. I use it for that reason, for that getting rid of fat. I use a Lutronic Infini device. Morpheus will be fine. It gets to the right temperature. You'll need to do 3, and it works well with Kybella. And then HIFU, you may not need that. I would go to Kybella and a few sessions of Morpheus. Tell them you're trying to get rid of fat. A great provider will be able to do that for you. If they don't know anything about the device, haven't used it a lot, it's not going to work. Linda, thank you. I love our community here too. It's awesome. Let's go to, thank you for also being so informative, educational. Look forward to seeing you in the next live. Yes, we're going to do another one soon. If you like these, let me know in the community section. You might have to pop up top to get some newer questions. Let's see. Does Exobomb or the peptide compete with toxin in the nerve? Not at all. Not at all. Obviously, it's my wheelhouse. I mean, I've injected hundreds of thousands of units of toxin in the faces, so I can tell you about toxin. Exobomb is a signaler of a rose stem cell exosome. So a nanoparticle that signals cells. What toxin does, whether you're talking Botox, Dysport, they all work the same in that realm, botulinum toxin type A's. They stop the release of acetylcholine at the neurosynaptic junction. So they paralyze the muscle. Exobomb peptide won't compete with that at all. In fact, one thing you want to know about is arginine, which is a peptide that slows muscle movement down, that's in my high hyaluronic acid. Study arginine if you like that. Angela, love the lives. Awesome. Let's please talk Dr. Johnny's team too. They're in the best. The team behind me doing all this obviously are 99% better than me because they do all the hard work. I'm up here yapping to you, but they make all this happen. It's a beast to do what we do with the sales, with the website, with the returns, and we hope to minimize any returns. Don't order things if you don't want them. We don't like waste products like Amazon stores. So we try and make things work for you, and we have videos on how to make things work. If you're having problems with the device, they can be technical, but we have a lot of videos on how to use things. Again, it's how you use them. We want to provide that support and education, and we want to thank you, the team. Thanks for saying that. What about double chin? What's your favorite skin tightening device for chin and neck? Favorite skin tightening, that's a hard one. If you have a waddle, someone asked before about Elicor, great. That will remove some skin under here. RF microneedling is the most accessible. Kybella, injections of fat dissolver, accessible. There's off-label brands too. So 76 years old and counting, need all the help I can get. Yeah. No, I mean, you see there's a 24-year-old here saying she has jowls, and then there's people who are 76 and 80. So it's a continuum, but we all need the most help we can get. And we're all looking for different things and have different expectations. So our next live stream, I guess we're going to do one May 3rd. So we'll have a bunch more stuff then. Between now and then, tell me what are the types of things you want to see in the lives, because I really appreciate, we had over a few thousand people today. Let's grow this community. Let's get it up over 10,000 on these lives. That would be insane. And then we'll do, as I grow, I'm just giving more stuff away, and I'll get more great products to you. Be mindful what you buy. I have a whole video coming up on how to combine devices. I do want to hear if you want to see more from In the Factory of the Red Lights. Does that make sense to you? I geek out on that. I really feel bad that people are buying stuff to harm their face. Hopefully, by showing you what happens in the making of a red light mask, you see the intricacies of that. But I do want to hear from you whether that makes sense, and I'm not wasting your time with that. But to me, it's ultimately so important to see where your stuff comes from. It's like your food. Product in, product out. If you're not eating good stuff, you're going to feel and look like you know what. So creatine information, I have big videos on that. Let's do that on the next live. I think that's a good one, especially the neurologic effects of creatine. So I do want to do that on the next live, and the team will put that together. Make sure you sign up. Make sure you tell your friends to sign up for this giveaway. I'd much rather you and your friend, you might as well have your friend group get it, increase your odds, call them up, take a screenshot, take a picture of the number and what to text. Greatly grows our channel and the reason for doing the lives. Keep going to conferences and keep going to learning. I'm bringing it all back to you. Thank you for everyone joining me here today. Let's all go watch the hockey game. Have a great Sunday. Enjoy your families. That's the most important thing. And be very thankful for the health that we have. Make it an amazing, great day. Keep your skin and body beautiful, healthy, and vibrant.